You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters. Well, we're coming off one of the best wrestling PLEs I've ever seen. It was a WWE Elimination Chamber. Sure did make the Royal Rumble feel a lot better because I got to tell you, I wasn't looking forward to WrestleMania at all by the end of the Royal Rumble. Now, all bets are off, right? We witnessed what I consider to be the second greatest heel turn in the history of wrestling. You may be like, what's bigger than this? Well, I will always believe Hogan turning heel and joining and creating the NWO will always be the greatest heel moment in the history of wrestling. Because let's be honest, Austin 316 and the NWO revolutionized and changed wrestling forever. I don't see this doing that, but no doubt it's the second greatest heel turn of all time. Well, without question. And now John Cena and The Rock are on the same team. So I'm going to attempt to play this the first 1 minute. Right? Here we go, right here. Of course, the hug.
There's your main event for WrestleMania.
The hug, and then the change, the look of the face, and everybody was like, oh, I literally sat up and went, holy shit. John Cena just turned heel. And that was it. The Rock, Cena, of course, together now against Cody Rhodes. Oh, wow. Unbelievable. It really was unbelievable. Unfortunately for the rest of us from the United States, this son of a bitch was in Toronto, all right? And we all know, after witnessing the greatness of the Four Nations NHL hockey tournament, we all saw what happened with the national anthem and the Canadians booing it. Well, they booed it last night, too, at Elimination Chamber, and Pat McAfee crushed them into particles of dust. I got to give Pat McAfee credit. He didn't hold back last night, and it was good to hear while they were actually on air that he addressed this, and he addressed everybody that was booing, at least for the people watching on television. Fans at the WWE Elimination Chamber in Toronto booed the Star Spangled Banner ahead of the event Saturday night. American singer Elizabeth Irvin performed the U.S. National Anthem. It was very nice. As a chorus of boos rang down, Irving also sang the National Anthem ahead of the Vancouver Canucks and Vancouver Whitecaps game. Star sports commentator Pat McAfee loudly lambasted the Canadian fans for booing and the whole country as a whole in response during the Peacock broadcast. Quote, it kind of sucks that this is in such a terrible country of Canada that booed our national anthem to start this thing. McAfee shouted at the broadcast table. He was pissed. Toronto's booing of the anthem comes a week after the hockey fans from both countries booed each other's anthems. And it goes on to talk about the Four Nations. It started February 13th when Canadian fans in Montreal booed the U.S. national anthem after President Donald Trump's recent threats to impose tariffs on Canada, while also suggesting the country should become America's 51st state. The booing prompted a flurry of brawls between Canada and the U.S. players in the first meeting of the tournament between the two teams, February 15th. U.S. won that game 3-1. Of course, Canada won the final 3-2 in overtime in what was a great hockey game. And the first hockey game I can remember in quite some time that I can say I watched, and a lot of people watched it. All right, so that's interesting. The CONCACAF Nations League media Wednesday. Marsh, who is Marsh? Jesse Marsh didn't hold back his opinion on Trump's comments, saying he was, quote, ashamed of how Canada was insulted by the president. Oh, kiss my ass. I mean, seriously. If I have one message for our president, it's lay off the ridiculous rhetoric. My God, it's early. Rhetoric about Canada being the 51st state. As an American, I'm ashamed of the arrogance and disregard we've shown one of the historically oldest, strongest, and most loyal allies. Well, the point President Trump's trying to make is we're carrying their asses financially. So there's that, all right? There's that. Now, I've got to be honest with you. I mean, seriously, not a big fan of the idea of Canada becoming the 51st state because, well, they're more liberal than California. I mean, do we need that? Really? I'm not too sure. But financially, look, I doubt it would happen. I do think Trump is just sending a message to Canada, but I get his point. I mean, we're tired of financially carrying other countries, period. That is what it is. Not to get overly political, but that is just what it is. Trump recently said he asked Gretzky to become the governor of Canada after Prime Minister Justin Trudeau announced he would be resigning. Oh, that's funny. Gretzky expressed support for Canada remaining a separate country rather than becoming cherished and beautiful 51st state. Trump declared Gretzky a free agent. Oh, that's really good. That's really good. Trump agreed February 3rd to pause tariffs for 30 days, which means they're expected to be imposed in early March. Anyway, back to the wrestling part. Yeah, it was a great pay-per-view. It really was. Best one I've seen in a while. I knew something radical was coming. I had thought about a heel turn by Cena. When they decided to move The Rock and Cody to the last of the PLE after Elimination Chamber, I thought, well, something's going on there involving, I thought it was going to be either CM Punk or Cena. I put on Twitter X that I thought it would be Cena that would win. And now I do see a world, and I don't know if this is going to work out, but I do see a world where possibly CM Punk calls in that favor to Paul Heyman to somehow get in that match with Cody Rhodes and John Cena. But I don't know that for sure. This whole thing was about CM Punk trying to main event a WrestleMania, and we're really going to wait all the way back around to the following year? So that seems a little interesting. Plus, we don't know where Roman Reigns fits in all this. But I will say this, yeah, I appreciate Pat McAfee for what he did last night because he wasn't afraid of the fact that they were on a WWE broadcast, that it was on NBC Peacock, none of that. He crushed Canada for booing our national anthem. Good job, Pat. Seriously. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.